Hey Stans, this is E-Pro and we're back for another episode. Eminem's big US festival tour and his revival tour around Europe are officially over. Let's highlight the most interesting events. We have been working our asses off, visiting every show, trying to cover every detail of M's tour, and now we are back and ready to give you some news. Let us reminisce. At Boston Calling, Eminem joked about his relationship with Nicki Minaj, which was followed by numerous interactions of them on Twitter. The two superstars were obviously trying to amuse their fans. This joke became the topic of one of the new dialogues between M and Mr. Porter during their concerts on stage.
It just completely destroys the game.
Man, hold on, wait. I just thought of something. I want to take this time out right now to give a shout to my bae, Nicki Minaj. Sweetheart, I'll be home tonight. We'll figure this shit out, how we're gonna deal with this publicly. Yo, Boston, how many people in here want me to date Nicki Minaj?
She said no. She's like, no. It's like you against a whole bunch of other people. You lost already. It's like, oh, she's like, no,
Hold on. So wait, one more time. Let me make sure so I can actually make this official. How many people in Boston want me to date Nicki Minaj? Well, goddamn it, me too.
Alright, look. How many of y'all have had a couple drinks, one or two, maybe?
Yo, hold on. Nicki, if you get this message, just text me later. We'll talk about it.
No show's about this, but it's all about Nicki right now.
After performing at the Boston Calling, Shady made an Instagram story in which he, in jest, confessed that Val Kilmer saw him naked in 50 Cent's trailer in 2009.
Alright, so here, this is like a confessional. I have something on my mind that's been bothering me for years. And I will tell you a little story. 2009, 2010, I was at the VMAs. It was either Music Awards, Movie Awards, something, and my trailer was next door to 50's trailer. And I went to the back to go change for stage, and as I'm taking off my underwear, I look across in 50's trailer, right even with me, is Val Kilmer sitting like this in the chair. And I know he's looking at me, and I know he looked away because he saw me looking at him. I know Val Kilmer saw me naked. I just had to get that off my chest.
Typical Marshall, which we always love. The government's ball performance definitely was one of the most interesting and intense of Eminem's shows. Loads of pictures with fans, charity events with teenagers that have an illness, guest appearances from 50 Cent and Fresher, and of course the great show that Marshall always delivers. Governor's Ball saw Eminem and Fresher do the first live performance of Clara Septic off of Marshall's last album. It was awesome.
Ready to respond, and I'm a launch it out. Idiotic on the fucking embryonic sack to the body bag. I'll be back for when I am. I'll be at your fucking door, of course. I'm blasting, blasting. I'm on this awesome next shit, next shit. I'm at your gun, I'm feeling reckless, reckless. I'm at your gun, I'm set.
Fresher was so excited that he made a backstage video with them, who as usual was keen on turning everything into a joke.
What's up, man? So I'm here, the motherfucking legend, you understand me? My motherfucking idol. my motherfucking idol. You hear me?
Marshall's here too.
Yeah, my motherfucking idol. You feel me? That's what it's about, though.
I didn't know you were taking video, actually. So
Are you
I
kidding
wonder.
me?
No.
Let's get up out of here.
I don't have anything really like clever to say right now.
This is crazy. Love this fucking guy.
M's performance at Bonnaroo scared the hell out of some people when they've heard gunshots during the performance of Kill You. Although this has always been a part of M's performance, some people say that it's inappropriate after the Las Vegas tragedy and a terrorist attack at Ariana Grande's concert in the UK. Maybe someone needs to listen to the track When the Music Stops one more time. Anyhow, Paul Rosenberg defended the case with the following response. Contrary to the inaccurate reports, Eminem does not use gunshot sound effects during his live shows. The effect used by Eminem in his set at Bonnaroo was a pyrotechnic concussion which creates a loud boom. He has used this effect, as have hundreds of other artists, in his live shows for over 10 years, including previous US festival dates in 2018, without complaint. After the incident, the Firefly Music Festival had the side screen showing a warning that if you are easily frightened by loud noises or offended by explicit lyrics, you shouldn't be here. Simple as that. A nice countermeasure from the Shady team. Well, that's pretty much it for the festival tour. Let's move on to Europe. The European tour started with Oslo. For the first time in 17 years, Marshall stepped on stage in Norway and Sweden, and it went better than expected. According to an independent online newspaper, Norway Today, the Oslo show became the largest show in attendance in the history of Norway. The show gathered 60,000 fans. Tickets were sold out in 6 minutes. Even the Prime Minister, Erna Solberg, came to see the show. The show in Sweden also broke records. Friends Arena gathered 64,000 people. Stay tuned to our website and official Eminem Pro app for a full review of these shows. We also appreciate how Royce 5'9" gave it all on stage this time to make Marshall's shows shine even more. Huge props to Royce for keeping it real, no diggity.
Number one, bring me along. The caterpillar keeps firing. Oh, we in a war where butterflies keep dying. Let's go. I'm a chronic of Parker Lewis and Cooper.
The show in Milan, Italy was another huge success. The venue Parker Experience Milano had 80,000 people rocking to Eminem's performance. We were used to Eminem's godlike performances being perfect, coming from a real master of ceremonies. But now we are getting used to Eminem also being Marshall, being human, and sometimes fucking it up. But we still enjoy even these awkward little moments, like this time at Milan when he dropped the mic while performing Rap God. But he masterfully recovered, being backed by his hype man Mr. Porter, who gave him the time to grab the mic once again and return to spitting those lines we always love to hear. Mr. Porter also showed signs of being human when he announced to fans that after the show in Italy, he felt a little sick and experienced mild headaches. Good to know that he got better and he's alright now. It seems like all the best stuff Sadie left out for the end of the tour. Marshall gave 2 concerts in London on July 14 and 15. Before Eminem even came to the stage, we had Royce the 5'9", 2 Chainz, and Boogie heating it up. And they were not the only guest stars invited. This time, Sadie brought his pal 50 Cent along with him to the stage, and it was like we were hit with a bomb. 50 almost stole the show. His classic hits like In the Club, I Give Money, Patiently Waiting, and also the collab song with M, Crack a Bottle, made the fans have their doubts and forget whose show this really is. Another memorable moment was when M brought Ed Sheeran to the stage to perform the hit song River from M's latest album for the first time live. M thanked both 50 and Ed Sheeran on Twitter for making his show even better and for giving him the chance of making another selfie with legendary artists. The crowd was singing along word for word the songs that were being performed, which was a pleasant surprise for 50 Cent, who is no longer used to such appreciation from his fan base, being more involved in movies and television. Tom Hardy was one of the celebrity guests at Eminem's concert, as we can see on numerous selfies posted on Instagram. The grandiose European revival show is over. Let's take a look at the numbers. The revival tour gathered over 779,000 fans. The most attended was M's show in Denmark, with an audience of 140,000 people. After the tour, Eminem decided to spoil his fans even more by putting out a footage of his performance with Ed Sheeran. This is the first time we have seen a footage of M's live performance on stage since 2005. That's all. Stay tuned for our huge read while we describe our experience of witnessing Eminem's performance on US and Europe's soil. Subscribe to us on Twitter and Facebook. Peace out.